This is a video reply to Akashic Prince video name. They're scared because you're standing on business. Alright, so I want to go ahead and point out it did not take a rocket scientist to figure out that Ajaya, alright, so, a fraudulent, literally a paper fucking tiger of a company, that's supposed to be a mental health, rehabilitation program, quote unquote, literally ends up going ahead, claiming that there needs to be the renewal of a medical transportation authorization form. All right. So that is deceptive practices, as well as obtaining property under false pretenses. All right. Ends up going ahead and tying in. And the paperwork is in court already, by the way. So they literally submitted the documentation, but can't get the documentation out. They're surprised that it wasn't difficult for the courts to figure out that AJ's restaurant in Lenoir, North Carolina, literally AJ, and then all of a sudden AJAYA, that there's a connection between the bankruptcy filing for AJ's restaurant, the obtaining property under false pretenses, the fraudulent, forgery and doctoring of paperwork and tampering with legal documentation and, as well as medical records done by Ajaya, as well as that predatory, billing, with the predatory, lien claim, that those end up tying in together, considering the fact that the same person that filed the fucking bankruptcy filing ended up going ahead trying to run me off the road doing 70 at a fucking 30. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who was at fault and who was the fucking mastermind of the entire situation. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who was the actual fucking predator in the situation and what their fucking goal was. Like, it was clear as fucking day. Like, if you couldn't put those three factors together, if you thought that a judge would not be able to put those three factors together, you have to be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. By the way, the reason why I'm sending this to you, Akashic Prince, is because of the factor that ultimately, wouldn't that be the first thing that your brain would end up going to? Like, you wouldn't even have to give it half a thought. So to think that people have been bracking their brains for this long, no, they've fucking known.